Hello, greetings, good morning, and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, this particular video we're making this morning should have been out about 2 hours ago, but to be honest, some days I don't get up to it very well, and this was one of them. Anyways, it's going to come out now as soon as I'm done. So, we're doing an episode of the series we're running for the month of February, which is 28 bands that had either a love theme or a heart in their album title, I guess, if you want to call it. In this case, it's going to be in the band's name itself, and that's The Loving Spoonful, Do You Believe in Magic? Now, this is an album I don't own. I would say I'm a little familiar with the Loving Spoonful. This particular album, maybe not as much as maybe their greatest hits album. I actually debated whether I should do the greatest hits or do this one, but I'll do this one because it was the one mentioned that I took from somebody had mentioned it in the comment section. So I went back and I said, you know what, this is a band that I think is perfect for this. It's a very folky kind of poppy music with in most cases a lot of love themes. So this album came out in I believe it was 1965, November 1st, 1965. Does that sound right to everybody? Sounds right to me. I don't see it here, but I think that's what I remember when I was doing my little research on it. So the title track, Do You Believe in Magic? Very easy to find. Lots of different versions of this, and live versions of this as well. So, and it's a song I'm well familiar with. I can't believe there'd be very many people who listen to rock music that wouldn't know this song. If you've listened to The Loving Spoonful at all, you know that they are, I would call a very poppy band, marshmallowy in a lot of ways, but also with that kind of folk element. You know, to me, folk element means that they play a lot of instruments that you probably normally wouldn't see as pop instruments, like the harp. Harp is one of them. Washboard. There's a few other different things, but also the lyrics tend to tell a bit of a story. That's always been my impression of folk music, and perhaps that's the reason why I like it, is because I like stories. That's why progressive rock has always been kind of the top of the rung for me, because it usually has extensive stories, where maybe not so much with the folk music, but it still has that little bit of story element to their music. This album, I wasn't able to listen to every song on the album because you can't find, unless you want to go into Apple or one of those sites. I don't feel like doing that, so I didn't consider it. I just looked around for as many of the songs as I could find. In fact, most of the stuff I found on the greatest hits. But still, it's a good album for the songs I've listened to. Did you ever have to make up your mind? Yeah, again, telling stories, but in a kind of poppy, nonchalant way. That's the way I think of The Loving Spoonful. Poppy, kind of nonchalant, folky, but with a little bit of energy to their music as well. And then you've got The Other Side of This Life, another song that definitely fits well within that range. And that's, to me, they were a band that was just having fun. It was a fun time to be alive in the early 60s. So much exploration of music was going on. People were coming out in life. It's almost a revolution, right? And this band certainly fell within that. If you want to compare them, so who would you compare them to? Of course, Simon and Garfunkel comes to mind. But I think Simon and Garfunkel's music's a little bit more pop oriented. This is a little bit more folk oriented. It's hard to say, but they're definitely a band that falls in that category. There's some other bands that come to mind. Well, they did come to mind, but my mind is kind of mush today, so they're not coming there right now. Of course, these guys were American, so I think they grew up in New York City. If I'm mistaken, somebody will point that out. But I just thought, it would be nice to talk about some band that I don't have a great deal of experience with, other than the stuff I heard on the radio and a few songs that I listened to in the last few days. That I think, yeah, okay, I got a real good feel for what they sound like, what they're like. And as far as I know, there's one member that's still kind of keeping the band going. So since '91, they've been doing little concerts here and there, and it's just basically the one guy, and he wasn't even originally one of the original four. So, anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of my 28 favorite albums, or I guess it's not favorite albums, but my 28 albums that had a heart or love theme in them, the series that we're running for this month. Please hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell above my head. And if you want, you can make your comments in the comment section. And we will be back tomorrow with another one. And this one, of course, I think will be on time. Today was just one of those days. I was hacking way too much. Could never have done anything at that time in the morning. Anyways, I'm getting back to my normal self, but it's taken some time here. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. Take care and goodbye.